Hey guys, it's John, ReelBlue Custom Rods. Welcome back to another edition about the truth about hinting VersaPlane thread, metallic Versa thread, if you will. This color, I've already done a video on this color, which is the wood. But today what I wanted to do was just show some different colors that we could incorporate, or just try to incorporate some different colors to see what kind of pattern that we get out of here. So I'm just gonna make a few more wraps with this right here. And then I think what I'll do is getting a couple pieces of tape here. I think the first color we're gonna come in with is Pro Wrap Nylon 819. It's a size D, it's a gray color. So we're just gonna cut a piece of this and get this incorporated to see what kind of look we can get out of it. And then, so I got some tape holding this down. And then what we'll do is we'll give this a few wraps. Again, this is 819 color Pro Wrap, nylon thread, 819 gray. I really like this color. I like the way the color looks, but I also like using it without color preserver. I think this one looks really good when it dries the way it does. So what I want to do is we're just going to go ahead and incorporate this like we've done with some of the other videos, and just kind of, slide this in. And the reason why I chose the gray is because the gray seems to be kind of close to the silver. Of course, it's not, metallic or anything like that. But, with the gray being, in the same color circle, if you will, of silver, what I wanted to do was just get this incorporated in here to see how this would change the pattern of the thread. And to be honest, I think it looks pretty neat. And this gray color, when we do this, continues to provide, I think we're gonna wrap this off right here. This gray thread continues to provide this kind of monofilament look. The metallic threads tend to do that as well, but this gray one does it as well. And I think it's just because it's gray. But as you can see, let me just tighten this down a little bit. Just packing that in a little bit. There we go. And so as you can see, to me, it gives this monofilament look. And I just rub that a little bit. And it's like we incorporated monofilament to it. Kind of, it mutes down the browns and the silvers, but you can still see them. Really mutes down the brown. Makes it look quite a bit more silver in there, if you will. But it has a good look to it. Again, that was 819 size D Pro Wrap Nylon, and it comes in the gray. So what we'll do now is we're going to go ahead and cut this piece of thread off. And we're going to give this a couple more wraps. All right, and then I think what I want to do, I'm going to try Pro Wrap Nylons again, another size D. Really quick, as a reminder, the Hinton Versa thread is a size B thread, but I'm going to throw in another size D, but this is Pro Wrap Nylon 343, which is kind of this burgundy color. And we'll get that in here with this wood color and see what we can get out of this. All right. All right, so we got that going there. Now what we'll do is we'll bring this back. Again, we're going to be working here with Pro Wrap Nylon 343, which is kind of this burgundy Merlot color, if you will. And again, kind of a similar color And what I mean by similar, it's a darker color, more earthier type color. So I'm just kind of putting this in here. And this does a lot to this thread. This is really interesting. This almost completely changes the color, I think, of what we're looking at. I'll just make a few, we'll make a few more wraps here. And you can see quite the difference here, you know, just between, as an example, the gray and then this burgundy color, or maroon, whatever you like to call it. Pinch that off right there. Get a few wraps here to lock this down a little bit tighter, pack the thread. So you can see here, right? So this is where we incorporated that gray, and it really kind of complemented it. And I guess you could say this color complements it as well, but it completely changes. You really can't see the brown pattern because this burgundy color or maroon color is quite close to the brown. It almost kind of bleeds over, maybe overpowers it, gives it more of a darker color. But it does give it kind of a neat look. I like this look here, you know, but I'm more of a fan of this kind of, the way this gray does this monofilament look to it. But I do like this look here. I think that would be really cool as an under wrap, or just, you know, changing up your wrap a little bit, you know, using the same wrap like I'm doing here, and then just incorporating a few wraps of it to see what you can kind of get out of there. Or if you're trying to blend the thread into this one with a fade wrap and then, you know, convert over to that darker color, I think it'd be pretty neat. So just go and wrap over that part right there. All right, and then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back, and this is red, Pro Wrap Nylon, red color. Again, just regular nylon thread. I'm not using Color Fast red on this one. But what I want to see, you know, a bit in the same, you know, browns, reds, different shades of reds and browns. This definitely falls in that category. But I want to see if this does the same thing as that maroon color, or if this does something completely different, because it's a bit brighter. So just a few wraps to lock that red thread down. And then we get this red thread ready. And we can see initially it is a bit brighter. Most definitely a bit brighter. But still kind of has that same effect, but the red, of course, is brighter. Maybe allows you to see the silver a bit more. But it does have that same effect as the maroon or the burgundy color did, and just kind of mutes it down quite a bit. But you do get the same kind of look, you know, with the red vertical thread, and then with the kind of horizontal silvers and browns you get in the metallic Versa thread. Or yeah, so interesting. I mean, I guess it's to be expected because we're using darker colors, right? And so I mean, I guess it's, you know, it shouldn't be surprised. But either way, even though it mutes it down a little bit, I really do think these colors would be great. You know, and just trying to do something different. You know, whether it's something that stands alone within the wrap, if you're using this wood colored Versa thread by Hinton, or if you were trying to do something else with it. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and cut this one off, and you can kind of see here again. There's that gray. There's that maroon or that burgundy, and then here's that red color. So now what we're gonna do, give that a few spins. Now we're gonna try something, and we're gonna go with Pro Wrap Metallic 9300, which is red. And I do use quite a bit of metallic red thread. You know, one of the reasons it's a great color. Two is, so one of the primary colors on one of my customers' rods, Red Rum Sportfish. You guys should check them out sometime if you're ever down in Cabo. But what I'm gonna do here is a few twists to get this locked down. I suspect we're gonna get some sort of monofilament look, you know, some kind of like empty, hollow, transparent type of look with this red metallic thread, but I could be wrong. It's just the metallic thread historically, when we've been doing these videos, has given that kind of monofilament look to it. So not so much really. Well, what do you guys think? Let's keep wrapping really quick. Hold on. There you go. What do you guys think? I mean, if we're kind of going, I mean, this really gives you that gray, really gives you that monofilament look. The silver does, or excuse me, the metallic red does a little bit, I think. But what the metallic thread, the red metallic thread, I think does more than the red nylon thread is accentuates the patterns created by the brown and the silver. So that's pretty interesting because, like I said, the red nylon thread did not do that, but this red metallic thread is doing that. So wrap this off. All right, and then pull that thread up here a little bit. And then we'll cut this working end off. A couple wraps to lock that down. And there you go. You can, again, so there's our gray, there's our burgundy or brown, burgundy or maroon, if you will. Here's our red nylon, and then here's our red metallic. And then just to try something a little bit different, we're going to go with Pro Wrap Metallic 9160, which is this light gold, and see what kind of pattern we can get out of this. All right. And, you know, just a reminder, if you guys are looking for this Hinton Metallic Versa thread, you guys can get it here. There's a link down in the description below. You can pick it up off of Amazon, but there's a link down there below. One, it's a great way to support the channel. I do get a small piece, and I mean very small piece if you decide to purchase that. But you can go down there to that link and get either this wood metallic Hinton Versa thread or any of the other colors that they offer it in. So now I'm going to take this Pro Wrap Metallic 9160, which is this light gold, and we're just going to do kind of our same thing here and kind of twist this in. Oh, got it buckled up over itself a little bit. Yep, there we go. And I think I like this gold. I think I like doing this with this light gold. It's not, you can see it kind of builds on the metallic silver that's in there, or the gray, but it also provides just that little bit of gold. It does kind of mute down the pattern, I think, a little bit. But let's just keep wrapping and get a bigger span of this so we can really see what it does. All right, and now what we'll do is There we go. So we'll just lock that down a little bit. And then we'll pull that up, pinch it with the finger, pull it up. And we'll cut that working end off and remove that piece of tape. All right, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and tie this off. Remember, I usually do when I'm doing my tie off here, I usually use no less than 5, usually 5 to 8, 5 to 7, just depends on how many you want. But I usually do no less than 5 wraps when I'm going to cut it off. And again, I do want to share something with you. I've done a video on this before, but a little pro tip here. Listen, when I am going to pull this thread through, there's a couple of options in the way to do this, right? And ideally, this is one of the best ways to make sure that you don't have a tag sticking out. So what I like to do is I pack the thread down, right? I'm getting ready to pull this piece through. I have a couple of options. I can, one, pull this all the way through and then cut, right? So if I pull this thread all the way through, here, let's just do it. I'll just show you. So I have the thread. I'm going to pull it all the way through, right? And then I pack down that thread a little bit. And then what I want to do is I want to be really clean here, and I want to take my razor blade, come up to that thread, and pull that piece of thread against that razor blade. Get a good cut, and then bam, right? That is a technique, but you still kind of end up with, you can just see right there, a little tag right there. I can hit that with a flame or something like that and take care of that, and that'll get rid of it. Another way to do that, let me get this started really quick. We'll just add some of this thread on. All right, so let me give you guys a few wraps here. Okay, so now, same thing. I take my thread that I'm going to pull my end through. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, really 6 because I have one in there, one more for good measure. And what I want to do is loosen up my tension rod, cut my thread, slide my line through there, and then pull it all the way to the point where it gets tight, right? So the knot, that white piece, that knot is still right there. So what I can do is just pack that thread a little bit. Now, an option here is, actually, let me redo this. Well, I can do it this way. I can pull that up, and what I can do is I can take that thread and I can come in and cut that thread. I hate those scissors. But the bottom line is I can come in and cut that thread like that, and then pull that thread through there, pack the thread, and then basically I have no burr or whatever sticking up because I cut the thread prior to pulling it through. So that's just another technique, a little pro tip on how you guys can hide those tag ends. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut this goal. Again, how to do this one: pull it tight, create that space that you see right there, create that space, hit it with a razor blade, and then it falls right over, and then you just come back with your burnishing tool and smooth it out, right? Same thing again here. Create the space, create the space, create the space, and create the space. Burnish, burnish, burnish. So there it is. So that's what we have. So again, we have the gray color, which was ProWrap 819 nylon. We had our Pro Wrap Nylon 343, which is right here, our maroon color. Then we had our Pro Wrap red color. I don't have the number on there, so I can't read it to you guys. I apologize. And then what we have is the Pro Wrap Metallic 9300. And then we have the Pro Wrap Metallic 9160, which is the gold. And those are the patterns that we kind of get out of those threads. So let me know what you guys think. What are you a fan of? The gray, the burgundy or maroon, the red, the metallic red, or the metallic light gold? Which one would you prefer to use if you are using that alongside this hitting the metallic Versa thread, wood colored thread that we've got going on here? Again, if you're interested in purchasing this thread, there's a link down below. You can pick it up at Amazon. Great way to support the channel. Also, make sure that you comment below. Let me know what you think. Gray, maroon, red, metallic red, or the light metallic gold. And let me know what you guys think is the best one. If you guys got something out of the video, make sure you hit the like button. Feel free to share the video with anybody you think might find it useful. And make sure you guys watch this next video here. Until next time, guys, take care.